In 007 First Light, gadgets are unlocked as you progress through the main story chapters and complete specific missions. Because James Bond can only equip a limited loadout per mission, starting with 3 slots, you have to choose which tools to bring to the field. So let's go over every gadget in 007 First Light. Starting off with the Q lens, a scanner that provides a HUD with information about your surroundings, highlighting enemies, security opportunities, and interactable objects. The Omega Seamaster Watch, the Q Watch. This gadget is unlocked in Chapter 1, and it is the core from which every Bond tactic comes to life. It relies on your Q lens. It serves as your HUD with a compass that indicates where your next objective is and charge meters with battery and chemical icons seen in the bottom left. It allows for hacking cameras and distracting enemies. The Q Watch is also a battery-powered hacking device used to create distractions by remotely triggering electrical equipment. However, disabling security cameras and releasing locked doors are within its capability. In one of the gameplay reveals, Bond uses the Q Watch to access the flight control system of a moving aircraft, even though it's a scripted encounter. This makes me hope that as IO Interactive adds more content to the game in the future, it would be cool to get access to different watches with different subtools. Maybe integrate the battery and chemical tools as a default system, and then a special subtool that's scripted for specific missions. That way, every mission we visit Q Branch, like in the movies, and we get given a different watch every couple missions. Unlocked in Chapter 1, the Poison Dart phone uses chemical charge to shoot an immobilizing projectile, causing targets to feel uncontrollably sick. It allows you to disperse guards, trigger diversions, and force enemies off their posts. But on top of all that, it also gives Bond a chance to lift keycards and pickpocket items like keys of an unwell target. Unlocked in Chapter 1, the modified Earbuds are Bond's primary line of communication with mission control. On top of that, they also can function as an eavesdropping device, enabling you to lift key information out of unsuspecting NPC conversations without breaking cover. Unlocked during early to mid chapters, the smoke pods are a chemical charge consuming tool that creates clouds of smoke to obscure enemy vision and provide cover for quick movements, such as moving through space undetected or taking down disoriented enemies. They serve well as an escape tool if things get difficult. Unlocked in the mid-game missions, the Leica branded Shockwave Camera projects a powerful shockwave to push back groups of enemies, break surfaces, and strip armor. The Flash Mine is a sticky bomb that creates a blinding flash on remote to stagger groups of enemies. This can serve well as an escape tool or if you are looking for chaos. The Laser Strap is a useful tool that fires a laser to blind and disarm enemies, but more importantly, interact with the environment, like cutting locks or destroying objects, allowing you to bypass main routes and guard patrols. Once unlocked, it proves itself to be one of the best gadgets in the game. The Missile Pen, unlocked in Chapter 7, is a highly effective projectile launcher that excels during late game combat. It fires miniature explosives that destroy infrastructure and kill enemies. Behind every one of these gadgets in 007 First Light is Q Branch and the relationship between Bond and his quartermaster. Unlike the movies, Q isn't a simple plug hole, but through mentorship, he becomes the architect of Bond's toolkit and his rise through MI6. And with new character Dr. Tan assisting on TAXIM, together they position gadgets as tools to be mixed and matched. Besides the usable ones, there are a lot more gadgets you come across in 007 First Light. And maybe, just maybe, IO Interactive might find a way for us to use these gadgets, which are now considered Easter eggs and references. Maybe we can get that ejector seat in a mission where you get captured and you have to drive from point A to B, use the ejector seat at the right moment to turn the mission into an escape route. Also giving us options to use the car gadgets during racetracks would be a cool idea. Or maybe gadgets like the voice manipulator and tactical couch while you try to make your way from point A to B while blending in or going in full stealth mode. These potential future missions could be considered similar missions like Hitman's contracts. But rather than contracts to kill, they could be listed under escalations, operations, or racetracks, or maybe even a separate list like recaps from movie moments. Lots of possibilities. We'll have to see.